start off from the campaign trail, and the New Patriotic Party presidential candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is continuing his campaign tour of the central region. Today, he's expected to be in Upper Dentra East and Upper Dentra West. Richard Kwejenyako is with him. He joins us on the line. Hello, Richard. Good morning to you. What is Nana Addo expected to do today?
Well, he's expected to go to the traditional areas in these two constituencies to interact with the chiefs, and after that one, there will be mini rallies in these two constituencies. Already, Nana Addo is very happy with the support he's enjoyed, the NPP has enjoyed over the period from the people of Upper Dentra West and Upper Dentra East. And he says that they need to do more, they need more support from them this time around, because he is determined to win the elections in the first round. He does not want anything to go in the second round, and he's constantly been stressing that the parliamentary candidates for the NPP should also be supported heavily. While they vote for him, they should also be voting for the parliamentary candidates as well. BPs from here, tomorrow he will be engaging the lecturers and students of the University of Cape Coast. Now it's been a routine that any candidate that comes to the central region goes to the University of Cape Coast and would lay before them their plans, economic-wise, and other things that would benefit them. And so Nana Addo is expected to do same when it comes to address the University of Cape Coast students and lecturers here.
Richard Kwejenyako, I know the central region is one of the regions with a number of challenges, one of which is open defecation. But what has been the call of the people for Nana Addo to respond to in terms of what they expect him to do if he gets the nod of Ghanaians?
Well, unfortunately, none of the presidential candidates that have come to the central region have touched on the open defecation and sanitation and the health for that matter. I mean, all of their policies have centered around education, economic creation of jobs, and all of that. And so there hasn't been a specific pronouncement on sanitation in terms of the open defecation. So we're waiting for Nana Akufo-Addo, the presidential candidate of the NPP, to touch on this one once he is in Cape Coast, because it is not really a problem in some of the hinterlands like where he finds himself today.
Thank you very much, Richard Kwejenyako. In the Water region, we know that the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, is on a campaign tour in the central part of the Water region, and we also do know that the Progressive People's Party flag bearer, Papa Kwesi Indum, is also in the Water region as well. In Accra, the president will be launching a number of projects. We know that the Circle Interchange project will be commissioned today, as well as the Bemakam flyover will also be commissioned today. We also understand that the president will be cutting sword for a flyover project around the flower port here also in Accra. Now, for the Upper East, Deputy National Organizer of the opposition New Patriotic Party, Nuhu Mahama Bayobo, Ghana can currently best be described as a bole state. Why? This is because, according to Bayobo, the only people who are not feeling the hardship brought on by the alien economy is the President, John Mahama, and his family. He is appalled by what he perceives as a collapse of all social intervention programs introduced by the NPP, which otherwise would have inured to the benefits of the ordinary Ghanaian. Nuhu Mahama made the statement at the Upper West launch of the NPP Adopt a Polling Station in Wa.
The Deputy National Organizer of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, Nuhu Mahama Bayobo, swiped at the Mahama administration for bequeathing to Ghanaians untold hardship. According to him, the only people who are enjoying in the country are only President Mahama and his kinsmen from Bole, describing the country as a Bole state.
What are we still waiting for? Now is the time. Our young men here, we cannot even marry because we can't even afford to buy 7 pieces of cloth. Our young ladies here, we are even scared to go out because now the cost of even brazier, common brazier, is so expensive that we can't afford it. Just brazier is so expensive. Why? offense have we committed as a country that we entrust this country into our own brother's hands, John Mahama? And he has turned the economy, he has turned the country, he has turned the state into a borderless state. A borderless state because everything that happens in this government is for John Mahama and his brothers. If you don't belong to the family and friends, that is all for you.
Upper West Regional Chairman of the NPP, Abdulrahman Abubakar Short, noted that the people of the Upper West region have been voting for the NDC since the country returned to constitutional rule, but have never been adequately rewarded for their massive support for the party. Instead, programs that are inimical to the survival of the people are the ones implemented, which has made life unbearable for the people.
We know that the UP party, the youth tradition, actually started from the Upper West. You can think of the BK Adamas, the Togolese, Aboifakabos, the Dombos, all of them hail from the Upper West. Then how come that we have lost this cherished heritage to the NDC? Because we are now living in borrowed robes. That is why we vote in bulk for the NDC, yet we don't get any development in Upper West. So we must return back to our heritage. So we are prepared to reclaim our heritage.
West Central NPP parliamentary candidate Issa Kutaire Momen told supporters if voted into parliament, he will establish an educational fund to complement the free HSS policy promised by Nana Akufo-Addo. Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam.
And indeed, Rafiq Salam with those details regarding the launch of the Adopt a Polling Station campaign by the NPP in the Upper West region. Let's still stay with the NPP, and the party has launched what it calls Operation Eagle Eye, which it says is aimed at preventing Togolese nationals from entering Ghana to participate in the next month's presidential and parliamentary elections. Volta Region Chairman of the party, John Peter Amewu, says they've devised a strategy to deal with any Togolese who will attempt crossing the borders into Ghana with the aim of voting in this year's election in Ghana. He was speaking at the launch of the party's fundraising campaign in Ho, and we have a package of that before we speak to Mr. Amewu.
Peter Amewu explained that the party would implement a monitoring operational strategy dubbed Operation Eagle Eye to ensure any Togolese who crosses the border to Ghana to vote would be fished out and dealt with in accordance with the law. He also slammed the NDC General Secretary Siedun Ketia for encouraging Togolese to take part in the upcoming elections and called on the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, to advise the NDC against that call. He, however, assured that any Ghanaian citizen resident in Togo would not be prevented from exercising his or her constitutional right on December 7.
We want to also take this opportunity to send a strong warning to Togolese who are usually contracted by the government NDC to come and vote in Ghana for freebies to abstain from such practices and acts of criminality. This is because we have designed a monitoring operational strategy called Operation Eagle Eye to mock every Togolese who will dare to cross Ghana border with intention to come and vote for freebies. We as law-abiding citizens of Ghana will welcome genuine Ghanaians who are residing in Togo and we want to come to vote on 7th of December to come and exercise their constitutional right and franchise. On the contrary, we want to send this message as a strong warning to those Togolese with such criminal motives that Operation Eagle Eye will deal with them squarely and mercilessly in accordance with the law. The General Secretary of the government NDC have no patriotic values by inciting Togolese to come to Ghana and vote for the NDC. Regrettably, this practice is against every constitutional right to call on Togolese to come to Ghana. The NPP voter is therefore vehemently warning the government NDC to retract from such dodgy electoral criminalities.
In respect of the overwhelming welcome the presidential candidate of the NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, received during his 5-day tour of the region, John Peter Amewu is optimistic the NDC can win more constituency seats In this vein, the regional executives have reviewed the party's plan to clinch 5 constituency seats and obtain 50% of total votes in the Volta region in the December polls.
Indeed, the people of Volta region have shown political maturity and have broken the myth of the African cause. We thank God that the yoke of traditional political bias of Voltarians has been broken. Voltarians are descending wiser than the NDC. Today, as I speak, high-powered delegations of NDC officials are in Volta region sharing freebies and badges. We want to use this opportunity to encourage all the youth to go in their numbers and take those badges. They are giving 200 in some places 500. Any place that was giving 50 seats must refuse that money and go for 500. Ladies and gentlemen, after the 5-day marathon tour with our the regional campaign strategy committee has reviewed the existing agenda 330 to ascertain the prevailing support by Voltarians. Upon keen review and consideration, it became apparent that we will inevitably capture 5 parliamentary seats in accordance against 50% of the total votes within the region. Thus, our initial agenda 330 has now been revised to agenda 550.
The occasion was also used to launch the NPP's Adopt a Polling Station campaign in the region. The campaign aims to raise funds to empower party agents to ensure vigilance at polling stations nationwide on election day and give NPP sympathizers the opportunity to sponsor the party's campaign activities. Fred Kwame Nkrumah sent in this report.
And we are trying to establish contact with Mr. John Peter Mewu to give us more information regarding how the NPP intends to implement the Operation Eagle Eye project. Now, have you thought for once how the use of animation can be an effective vehicle for a message of peace? Well, as Ghana gears up for the presidential and parliamentary elections on December 7, a political animation on promoting a violence-free elections has been launched to that effect. Hanodame was at the program by the Cartoonist Alliance of Ghana and reports.
The message for peace before, during and after the general elections has been sent across in various ways. The Cartoonist Alliance of Ghana is sending a picturesque version of this. This morning they launched a theme cartoon, as we can see behind here, Say No to Violence. It comes with a book and also a video. With me is Hilquist, who is the coordinator of the Alliance, to explain further why we need a cartoon to send a message of peace. Welcome to Joy News. Now, why did you come up with this?
Yes, we are in a very critical period of our nation, and that is the elections. And we think it is very important to stress that we all work together to promote peace and non-violence during these elections. And we have done that through developing a theme cartoon that serves as an icon for the campaign. So anytime you see the various key political leaders, you know that they are all working for peace.
Do you want to stick in the mind of anyone who reads this book or watch the video or see this picturesque act that you did?
Just say no to violence and do whatever you can to protect the peace during, before, during and after the elections. Preserve the peace.
And also launching this particular project, the former chairperson of the Ghana Peace Council, Professor Emmanuel Asante, recounted incidents in some parts of the country where simple misunderstanding created chaos.
We cannot continue to beat our chest and say that we are a peaceful nation if we do not work at it to ensure that at least the peace that we seem to be, the relative peace, and I use the word relative peace that we seem to be enjoying in this country, if we do not really ensure that that relative peace is maintained and that we even go beyond that to ensure that peace is something that we as Ghanaians can't take for granted. Now we cannot take peace for granted in this country. Everywhere we have been, we have had a lot of people expressing very concern about violent-free elections. There are pockets in different places. We know what happened during the voters' transfer in different places. I was in Tamale, together with the Media Foundation of West Africa, trying to promote issue-based, campaign. And that morning, somebody had walked to the Electoral Commission's office with AK-47 because of the transfer of votes and shot at the ceiling. And therefore, you cannot sit here and say, bro, everything is going smoothly. It may be going smoothly in your area. In certain other places, we cannot take things for granted.
President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Afel Moni, asked journalists and civil society organizations to ensure that their comments and words do not plunge the country into chaos.
Many are those who are increasingly afflicted by doubt and constricted by fear, doubt that the media cannot or may not provide peak performance in terms of electoral journalism to guarantee the success of the December 7 election, and fear that in a worst-case scenario, the media may plunge this beautiful nation into war. Thankfully, the December 7 election provides another opportunity for us to prove our critics wrong and tell the skeptics that we've done it before and we shall do it again come December 7. And one vehicle with which the media can silence their critics is the cartoon project which we've just seen.
Surprisingly, no representative from any of the political parties were represented here at the launch of this particular project. For Joy News, my name is Hannah Badani.
And you're watching News Desk on Joy News on Multi TV. Stay with us, we'll be back shortly. Now, factions of the prolonged chieftaincy dispute in Pando of the Akpeni traditional area of the Volta region have agreed to reconcile and ensure peace in the area. For some 39 years, there have been power struggles among chiefs and the three main divisions of the traditional area, Anyigbe, Bodome and Jigbe.
With the black stool on which they sit and worship, as well as their deities as witnesses, Togbi Afenja III, Chief of Anyigbe Division, Togbi Ajaloko VII, Chief of Bodome, and the occupant of the Asumo stool of Bando Jigbe, signed a memorandum of understanding to consolidate the unity of the three divisions. The signing ceremony was preceded by a traditional rite where the chiefs took water from a calabash with leaves in it and swore to keep the peace. The peace deal was made possible following interventions by some concerned citizens and other sub-chiefs led by Togbi Kojogan V, Chief of Gaja. Togbi Ajaloko VII emphasized the need to promote peace in the traditional area and urged subjects to join them in charting the path of peace and development. Togbi Afenja III called on citizens to forget the past and look forward to the future in unity.
I love peace. I love understanding. So I have started employing all the people that we should forget about the past. Love is the key for everything. we should love ourselves and our neighbors, and we love Bando and Ghana. I think everything will be okay.
Residents are confident in the coming year they will celebrate the Daimbakaka festival, which has been put on hold for years.
Now, beginning later today, commuters and commercial activities around the Kwame Nkrumah interchange are expected to experience an ease in vehicular and human traffic. This is because the much anticipated and talked about landmark interchange will be commissioned for full access to motorists plying to and fro all directions, linking the circle overpass beyond the main interchange. A number of infrastructural developments have also taken place as part of the project, among which are a spectacular fountain which has won the admiration of most passers-by, a new Odona lorry terminal, as well as some greenery for decoration. My colleague Maswal Agbagba visited the soon-to-be commissioned interchange a while ago and reports.
If it's been a long time that you visited the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, this is what the new 3-tier Kwame Nkrumah interchange looks like. It is one that you need to see with your own eyes. The infrastructure and the construction of this beautiful edifice is one that you need to see for yourself. On my right-hand side is construction ongoing right now. It is a construction of a statue. That statue is done. It is a statue of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the man who gave independence for Ghana. Now, on my right-hand side, there are still some work going on there, and work is expected to be completed in the first week of November for commissioning. This 3-tier interchange is expected to ease congestion that usually characterize the Kwame Nkrumah Circle.
And Maxwell Agbagba joins me in the studio. You just returned from that place.
Yeah.
Tell us, what did you see when you were there? Tell us what's happening there.
Well, I played already. It's one that you need to see for yourself. You know, it's a beautiful sight right now. The Kwame Nkrumah Circle has changed, or let me say metamorphosed into something that everybody has to go there, you know, to see for themselves exactly what's happening. I had interactions with some people who were there. You know, there's a mini park now under construction, and there are a lot of people gathered just watching as the workers there are, you know, putting measures in place to ensure that the place becomes what they design or they want it to look like. There's a nice place right now, especially the mini park, where we have the huge Kwame Nkrumah statue, strategically positioned such that if you are on any part of the interchange, you can have a full view of, you know, the man who gained independence for Ghana. Now, another thing that is happening also, it's the bus station at Circle, the New Plus bus station. What we had previously, I mean, after a slight drizzle, the whole place gets muddy, sometimes get flooded. But now we have a new lorry station, which is about 97% complete. I had interactions with the General Secretary of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, and they are going to manage that facility. And he tells me how excited they are to have, you know, a new bus station, you know, like that. There are complaints, there are concerns about the size of the station. Some people think that will not be able to contain a huge number of cars.
Has it become smaller as a result of the construction?
Comparatively, this new one, it's smaller. But the General Secretary tells me that what they're going to do is that they will make sure that the vehicles park at the other side of the main station. So if it's your turn to load, then they invite you to come inside the main terminal so that you can load.
So let's take it one by one.
Yeah.
You told me earlier that you've been speaking to some people. I think we can have a view of that shortly, and then we'll continue with the conversation.
Sure.
All right, so we don't have that yet, and you also talked about the fact that the manager of the place has been talking of how they would manage this whole place.
So we spoke to the resident engineer there at the Kwame Nkrumah Park. So if you go to the Circle interchange now, where previously we had Dr. Kwame Nkrumah statue, where I stood, it was actually on my right-hand side. So there's a Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park there, which is going to be a mini park, and we have the administrative block for the park, and we also have some fountains. Usually at night, that's when you get the full beauty of the park. You know, it glows at night. And the resident engineer tells me that this evening what they'll be doing is to show to some section of the Ghanaian public exactly what it looks like in the evening. So today 7 p.m. If you want to see for yourself at night what the new Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange looks like, you can go at 7 p.m. to go and see it for yourself. Now, very close to that interchange also, some Ghanaians were standing by, watching the contractors at work. A lot of them are excited. Some saying that, oh, they're impressed with what President Mahama has done. They're impressed with how he's changing the infrastructure look of this country. So yeah, a lot of Ghanaians are excited about about it. But we having full, we getting full report later in the midday news.
So you hold on, but we can have a view at what the people have been saying.
We run trotro. We've got Benz buses, space cars, 508 sprinters. That's the type of cars we are using for trotro.
So what kind of Achimota? I'm talking about the destination cars. So we have Achimota, Dansuman.
We have Achimota, Odoko, Kolebu, Sunsawam, Tabora, Dakuman, Medina, Labadi, Dansoman. See, this station, we don't sleep here. This station, we run the station 24 hours. This is the only station in Accra here that runs 24 hours. So wherever you want to go, just pop into Circle, then we'll get your car to your destination. Yeah.
But some say that if you have all of those cars loading from here, it looks like this place is a bit small and will not be able to contain the huge number of trotros that we have.
You see, we've got a plan so that when we see that the place is running full, we've got a landing bay behind the Northland station. So we park some of the cars there.
Oh, okay. So not all the cars will park here?
So we call you when there's a space. Then they call you, they will come and load, they will go.
The old lorry station, how bad is the place? Before getting this new one, how bad is the old lorry station?
You see, when it rains, in fact, it's an eyesore. You see, so we thank the government for upgrading this place for us. We thank you very much.
All right, so let's continue with the conversation with Maxwell Agbagba in the studio. You returned some minutes ago, but as at the time you were leaving, what was the traffic situation like over there?
Oh, the best adjective to use would be a bumper-to-bumper traffic, because when we're leaving here to go to that place, it took us like about 5 minutes, but when we're coming back, like about 30 minutes, and we're still in traffic. And
That's
we had to use another route. We used the industrial area route. But still, I mean, we couldn't get here, the time that we expected. So there's huge traffic there as a result of the numerous works that they are doing on different sections of the interchange. And I believe that would ease after the construction, it's full, after they're done with the full, construction, the commission happens.
Do you think this facility is ready for commissioning? We are learning some will happen somewhere today.
From what I saw and from a layperson's perspective, I think it is. Honestly, I think it is. But what we need to do is to open up the other parts. It's a 3-tier interchange, but there are some parts of the interchange that is not being used currently. So if you're able to open up all those places and fix all the necessary things that we need to fix them, voila, we're ready.
You've been on this. Is it confusing accessing this particular interchange?
As a pedestrian, I don't drive, From what I see, it looks a bit, snaky. So sometimes when I see drivers using it with so much confidence, I appreciate, the effort and understanding it. But if you're a regular commuter, if you use that stretch, daily, I'm sure you'll be able to get it. But if you're a first timer, it would be difficult for me, honestly, for my part, as a non-driver.
All right, Thank you very much, Maxwell Agbagba, there, giving us the latest on the Circle interchange there, the latest on that project. We'll be back shortly.